So I started ceramics 18 months ago, and since my very first lesson, there's been one thing that I've really wanted to have a go at making, but I haven't felt like I've had the skill, knowledge, and experience to really give it a proper tackle. So today, I'm going to try and make my very first teapot.
So I opted to start by throwing the body, and for this I used about 1.1 kilo of clay, and then started by throwing this, in my case, into a relatively tall cylinder. I then decided to do a flipped rim with the gallery. So I started by splitting the rim with a rib with a sharp edge, and that allowed me to keep shaping the body, really. So using the wooden rib, I just shaped the teapot body into the shape that I wanted it to be, which in my case was just a slightly angular shape. And then very gently, we can take the rim that I split before and very gently flip it over, creating the gallery inside the lid. This was a bit tricky, probably the trickiest part of the throw, but I'm happy with how it turned out. And then it was on to my favourite part of making the teapot, and that was throwing this lid. I really like this style sort of sat inside the teapot rather than on top of it. So we'll see how that turns out. It will need quite a bit of trimming. That was about 300 grams of clay. And then we moved on to the spout. This is probably my least confident part of the make, just because I'm not sure of the balance of the shape versus the rest of the teapot, but we'll see how it turns out in a few days when I do the trimming.